What's good? We are back. You know what day it is. It is a football Friday. I got the boys with me. Mulich is to my, let me see, he's to my left. What's up, brother?
You know me, man. Really good, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a good football Friday. Got a nice doc that my boy Mel has prepared for everybody today. I got some surprise takes that I'm going to drop on the doc today. So, you know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for that. We got a few guests that's going to pop in today. Mr. GQ is going to pop in the box today. My boy Tyrone is going to pop in the box today. We got Sean. He's kind of going in and out and whatnot. And as you see, we got from the sideline crew, my boy Troy in the comments, man. So yeah, we lit today, man. How you doing today, Mel?
I was about to say I was about to lose. I was like, we don't get this damn basketball off my screen. But anyway, yes, we're gonna have some people popping in and out. Today's show is gonna be a lit show. We're gonna bring it. I got my margarita. You know, Moody's got that water.
You know it. I got that water. H2O.
Okay, so let's just kick this off right away. You know, I want to get into the bullshit early. Shady McCoy.
Oh yeah, let's start it.
Has once again decided to stick his goofy foot in his mouth.
In his mouth, absolutely.
And
talking out the side of his neck again.
Right, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna get to. We have enough issues with black coaches getting opportunities and people feeling that they're not qualified.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we don't need our own people to pile on, regardless of how you feel. Regardless of how you feel, you keep that to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gone out of his way on several occasions to talk about Eric Beineimy and his coaching. And I came to the root of all of this. When he was in Kansas City, him and Beineimy were clashing heads. Why? Mr. McCoy was on the back end of his career, and he was no longer good.
Yeah, he was no longer shady. He was LaShawn.
Right. And Eric Beineimy pretty much read him his rights. Let him know that, hey, you're not that guy no more. And Shady decided you're not supposed to talk to a person of his caliber. I don't know what that means. Like that. But as a coach, I'm a football player. I've been around really, really good football players. I've been around really, really not so good football players. I've been around very, very good head coaches, and I've been around not so good head coaches. And the best act of, like, you treat everybody differently, but you treat everybody fairly.
Absolutely.
And he was under the impression that he should have been treated a little bit better. Well,
I mean, I'm just confused, right? Because I get it. Trust me, I understand the player Shady was. I'm not gonna take anything away from you, but at the end of the day, I know we definitely gonna get into that because the boy needs to be humble just a little bit. Yes. At the end of the day, what were you doing to contribute to that team's success at that point in time?
Absolutely nothing.
Like absolutely, you weren't doing anything, right? You were injury prone, and you had lost you lost everything that made you shady. So
he's got 2 of the cheapest Super Bowl rings in the history of Super Bowl rings.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Like you was on the Chiefs and the Bucks and did absolutely nothing on both teams.
And you want to know the cool part about it? People forgot you were on the Bucks, big dog.
Yeah, they did.
People forgot you were on the Bucks. We didn't even know. So we have to go look that up, right? Like that's not public knowledge.
No, you had to go dig for that.
Yeah, so it's like you were just along for the ride for 2 of your Super Bowls. You didn't contribute to any of your Super Bowls. So I'm just trying to figure out what gives him the right to speak in that manner. Like, if you don't like the guy, sure, just come out and say it. But to trash the man when you already know that the world is going to trash him regardless, bro. He's black. He's a black man trying to get into a place of power.
And he has his own set of issues without you piling on it.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the whole thing. And that's the main thing that I'm trying to get people to realize is like Eric Beineimy, yes, he's a great coach, and everybody wants to say, oh, he's not a leader of men. He's and that let's start here, man. Let's start here, right? This narrative where he doesn't call the plays needs to cease and desist. Right now.
Because even if he did, let's just say he didn't. Do you know how many offensive coordinators got jobs that didn't call plays?
Literally. Mel, how many coaches does it take to come up with a game plan?
How many?
How many?
I mean, I've been in locker rooms where it took 3 or 4.
Boom, right? So you have a head coach that's an offensive mind, right?
You have a run coordinator, a pass coordinator, and the offensive coordinator.
Exactly. And they all come up with a game plan to how to beat a defense or a team, right?
Yep.
So even if he's not calling plays, he still has a direct hand in what plays go into the script, since we like to use that word now, right? Everybody likes to use the word script. Go into the script of what they're going to call, and now in order to beat the defense. So yeah, he's still in there breaking down film. He's still in there coming up with specific plays in order to beat specific defenses. It doesn't matter who's calling them. That's probably his play. He probably came up with the play.
Right. And I want people to understand.
Realizing it.
I said, look, does this offense look anything like the offense that Andy Reid ran in Philadelphia? No, does not.
It does not.
Okay, this is Eric Bieneimy's offense. His DNA is all over this.
Literally, it's quite literally all over it. The motions, the half motions, the ins and outs, the merry-go-round and stuff like that they be doing. Yeah. Like Andy Reid wasn't doing that before. That's Eric Bieneimy's doing
all of it, and it's like
because his players feel comfortable enough doing it.
Yeah, like he's a younger dude. He was coaching in college, so he brought that college feel to the NFL. Like you have to understand that. Like everything that you're looking at, the motions, running the zig routes out of the motion, the crossers, all that's college. That's all college.
Literally. That's literally all college.
So it's not that even if he's not calling the plays, his imagination is in the offense. His DNA is in the offense. So allow him to get to the point where he can do that if he's not doing it already.
And it's like if people think that giving him more power to the point now he can create and mold a team to where he wants it. He can find the pieces that he wants, put the pieces in place that he wants, and come up with a nice scheme or this perfect scheme that's going to fit around the strengths of his team. People really don't think they're going to be successful? Are people crazy?
I think they are, but this is mostly about Shady. We're gonna get to Eric Bieneimy a little bit, but this is more about Shady. He was on I Am Athlete. Shout out to the boys that are on I Am Athlete. Great podcast. He had a conversation where he was saying, I forgot what linebacker it was, but he was from the University of Miami. And he told him, he was like, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore, Clinton Portis, I will take all of those dudes over you.
Oh, yep. I seen this. I seen exactly what you're talking about. Yep. Continue.
And Shady said all of those dudes were trash. Trash. Said he was better than Clinton Portis. I don't know if people really know about Clinton Portis. Clinton Portis was a dog.
I don't think people remember who Clinton Portis was, bro.
And Shady wishes he could be Clinton Portis. And if Willis McGahee never messes up his knee in college, monster.
And in the league, because don't forget he did it. And he did it in the league as well. And before he tore his knee in the league, he was a dog.
Yeah. So
that was one of my favorite running backs in the league.
We've had this conversation about Shady. I think he is very, very good back, but I think he kind of overrated. He's the Tracy McGrady of football to me.
Ooh, that's really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Where he believes he's way better than what he was. Yeah. So that's me.
That's really good. I'm not gonna lie. That's a very fair comparison. Honestly, that's a very fair comparison. Mr. GQ, what's going on, big dog?
Can't hear you, Mike. Think you're muted.
All right, can
There
you?
you go. Yep, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, automatic mute going on. Now I'm doing all right, y'all. Y'all doing all right?
We doing good,
Pretty
brother.
good, man. Pretty good.
So I come into a Clinton Portis conversation. I'm like, we talking about Clinton Portis over here and Willis McGahee. We talking about two legends over there.
Yeah, man.
Yep. So the conversation was Shady McCoy, his comments on Eric Beineimy, and just his overall delusion, in my opinion.
Definitely delusional.
Right. It's just you can, like we were saying, like you can have your opinion about the man. That's fine. But that doesn't mean you can voice that opinion when that man is already fighting an uphill battle already. We don't need, we don't need one of us to try and pull him back when he's trying to go up.
I've said this more times than not, but we are the reason we don't succeed.
Exactly. I believe
and I'm gonna say it like that because everybody knows what I'm saying when I say it like that.
Most definitely, and it's troubling because now you see. This is the thing, right? Because when you have one person come out and say things like that, right, that's already what people are thinking about him. So when you come out, and especially when you played for the dude, and you're not keeping it solid by saying, you know what, me and him just don't see eye to eye, right? You're going to come out and say egregious things like, oh, he's not a leader of men. He doesn't call the plays. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. And it's all Andy Reid. It's like you're already doing what everybody else is doing. But now, because it's coming from you, not only a black man, but somebody who played for him, it makes it worse compared to, and just piled on with everything that he already has going. Right.
Yep.
Because he has a rap sheet that's long. So they're already going to look and talk about that. They're already going to bring that to the surface. Right. Yeah. And now you have players that are coming out and either are on his side or not on his side. And that just muddies up everything. So it's like, now what are owners supposed to do when they're trying to take all of these things into account when hiring this coach, and you have all of these stories and these tabloids and everything going around. So now, like, they're not going to take a chance on him. Nobody's going to take a chance on him for that reason. And that's too much. It's because it's too much. It's too much of a risk. Yeah. And at the end of the day, nobody's going to risk losing a great coach. Nobody's going to risk losing picks. Nobody's going to risk losing money at the end of the day, or a losing record. So they're going to keep him, unfortunately, as a coordinator because of all of this stuff that keeps happening and keeps happening around his name, and it sucks.
At some point, we've got to get over it though. Like let's not sit here and pretend like he did something completely egregious.
No,
like I mean, I'm not saying what he did was a good thing, because it wasn't.
Yeah.
But
like this.
coaches have done worse things.
Put like this.
Oh no, definitely.
GQ, did you play ball?
Yes, I did. I played all my stuff was high school, and then I became a track guy. Track was my go-to in life.
That's what I'm watching right now.
Well, Moolich, you went on college recruiting trips.
Yep.
What happened during those college recruiting? You ain't got to say the whole thing, but as a fellow football player, what happened during those recruiting trips? I know what happened on mine.
Hey man,
yeah, that's all you had to say. That's cool.
I'm not gonna say too much, dog.
Sound like the red carpet treatment.
Oh, most. We just gonna leave it there because let's just say.
Did you get Did you get the what is your preference call?
I know I got the. We gonna leave you with them over here.
So when you got off the bus, it was like, I'm gonna leave you with them.
Oh no! See, because I got off the plane and then he picked me up, right, and it was all cool, right. But he was telling me about some things that I can't repeat on live, right?
I
already had in my head. I was like, oh, okay, bet that's what time we on. So when I get off, he do the whole show me around. We go to dinner, but after dinner, he dropped me off with the squad, and the squad is like, so we finna go do this. Let's get to it, and you being you, hey, I mean, let's make it happen. And so
we'll just say I got introduced to the female fraternities early.
Oh yeah, most definitely. They knew me all by name.
Yeah. And that's but it's like that. But but then look at it. You had a guy like David Bakhtiari who came to his defense immediately, and that's a big name. Call it what you want, but that's a big name.
Absolutely.
And then, Jamal Charles immediately came to Eric Beineimy's defense. A lot of players immediately refuted what Shady McCoy had to say because it didn't need to be said.
Exactly. Because most of his, right before you jumped in, GQ, it was he did a whole nother interview where he kept saying how him and the OC were clashing heads. The OC being Eric Beineimy.
So this was after he said what he said on Speak, and then after Tyreek came out.
No, this was before. This was a couple years ago.
Okay, this is prior to everything. Okay.
Yeah, this is before he even got this. This was a couple years ago where he was talking. Right, I think this was when he left Kansas City and went to Tampa.
He had just left Kansas City and went to Tampa, and they were asking him why it didn't work out in Kansas City with that offense.
Yep. Yeah. So you have a personal beef with him, and that's fine. Well, just keep it personal. Don't allow your professionalism and your personal to start crossing lines.
Yeah, but you also knew what kind of coach he was, because Tyreek already hit the nail on the head. He said, "Listen, I came in not knowing anything. He loves to yell. Like, I'm like, some people just don't like that. Like, truly, right? Like, some people just cannot deal with we call them intense coaches,
right?
You know, like an Eric Beineimy, like a Mike Vrabel, like, you know, like the Shanahans, like, you know, guys like that are intense. John Gruden, you know, like, some people just can't handle those types of coaches.
That's true.
I love those types of coaches. That's just me.
That's the only way you can coach me, honestly.
Yeah,
that's the only way I'm used to being coached. That's my.
Yeah, I'm not used to
high school coach like that,
approach,
college coach like that, semi coaches like that, freaking overseas coaches like that, talking to them, freaking arena coaches like that. Like, I've never not had a coach to where it was like just not aggressive in my face, telling me what I needed to hear in the way I needed to hear.
I don't need a love sandwich. Okay.
Yeah, no.
I don't need a friend. I need a coach.
Yeah, right. No. I need a coach. If I'm fucking up, tell me I'm fucking up.
Yeah. If I'm getting cussed out, I must be doing something right or wrong in this case.
So I just seen it from the sideline. Okay.
Quick story time.
Yep, I was just saying I just seen from the sideline podcast story time. So shout out to Troy. Yeah, we're gonna get into this story time real quick.
Quick story time. I'm in college. All right. Everybody, I told everybody I went to University of Clemson. Had to leave, had to go to JUCO, then transferred over to University of Maryland. So I'm in Clemson for this is my freshman season, and I'm waiting for practice to really kick off. So I'm throwing, being a quarterback and just throwing, boom, 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 boom. So I'm just catching passes, boom. And Terry Bowden is standing behind me. I don't know this. Quarterback doesn't say nothing. I'm just catching and throwing. I'm not really thinking what's happening. So then he taps me on my shoulder. He's like, "When you gonna tuck that damn ball away?" I said, "Oh no." I was like, he said, "I don't want to hear that." He said, you play how you practice. Point blank, period. He said, if you're gonna do it now, you're gonna do it when you want to feel. And then he kind of rode me for about 2-3 weeks. And I'm like, bro, like, what is the problem? He said, no, there is no problem. He said, if I'm riding your ass, that's a good thing. The second I stop, that's when you have a problem.
Literally. That's quite literally what my coach that's told me.
Coaching 101 right there.
Yeah. And I tried to explain that to my brother so many times. Shout out to my brother. He's out there at Colorado Mesa right now, balling and whatnot. But I tried to explain that to my brother. Like, when the coach is always on your line like that, that means he wants to see the best out of you. And like, just that aggressive coaching style, I know it's not for everybody, but like, just like Mel said, for me, like, it hits different, right? So quick story time. Playoffs. Actually, it was semifinals championship before we went to the section championship. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was having a horrible game, absolutely horrible game, right? There was a specific play where they were on, I think, like the 6th. The tight end did like a quick little pop pass, but I had the receiver on the outside. The receiver motioned in, and he did a quick little out, right? So that took me out, right? It took me outside. My outside linebacker was supposed to take the tight end that's coming up the field, right? Because my safety, he has the other side of the field, right? He has to help out my guy Ricky. Shout out to my boy Ricky. So I'm obviously one-on-one on the other side, right? Tight end, I'm telling you, bro, big as hell. This dude's like 6'7", 265, but can move like a gazelle, bro. Promise you, right? And he ends up scoring, whatever the case may be. Bro, what I tell you, I look up and I see this 6'6", 325-pound man charging me. Okay? I'm telling you, like, running straight at me from the sideline. I look up and I see him just here. perfect form. And the first thing out of his mouth, Javonte, I was like, wait, that's me. Hold on, wait, what did I do? That wasn't even me, right? And I tell you, like, he got into my ass that whole timeout, the whole timeout. And mind you, it wasn't even my fault. It wasn't even my fault. When we watched it on film the next day, he was like, you know, Devontae, that's my bad. But because of how it looked, right? It looked like that was on me, right? So quite literally, the whole first half was absolutely horrible, right? After that, quite literally after that play, Dunzo, everybody was locked down. Nothing over 5 yards up the field. And when I tell you nothing over 5 yards up the field, nothing over 5 yards up the field. There was legitimately a whole series, right? Because they were trying me the whole game. When I tell you that first half was bad, what's up with my boy Tyrone, man?
What's good?
When I tell you that first half was bad, it was bad. I had gave up 2 touchdowns already in the red zone.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was. I'm telling y'all, it was bad. It was really bad.
You had an Eli Apple game?
Oh, I had a really bad one. So, legitimately, last drive of the game, they're down by a touchdown. We're in the red zone. Just to go to the championship. My boy Derek, shout out to my boy Derek Bellamy. He's my linebacker. He looks at me because I'm telling you, they was coming at me the whole rest of the game. And after my coach got in me, I was on it. But they had gotten to the red zone, and everybody knew they was coming at me. My boy Derek looks at me. He said, DJ, I know you don't want to go home. I know you don't want to turn in your fucking pads. I need you, bro. I need you right now. Mind you, while he's saying that, I hear my coach, Javonte, they're coming at you. I'm just like, oh my goodness gracious. Everybody knew they were coming at me. 4 plays in a row.
Jeez.
We win the game. I was
Man,
like,
they cold-blooded for that. They were trying to turn into barbecue chicken.
Boy, what? They was trying to cook me.
They had you on the rotisserie.
Boy, you straight up in a slow game. You got to do the slow cooker the whole game.
Slowly rotating. I had to come alive. I had the Undertaker. I had to hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, guys. Hold on. I got y'all. Let me cook over here. I know they was cooking me, but let me cook real quick, man. I got this. So yeah, man, it was tough. But that tough type of coaching, man, like it hits different, especially to players that need that type of attention, right? Because not a lot of players act like or think that they don't need that kind of coaching, but that's the kind of coaching that you need that's going to take you to the next level.
100%. That's what I say. I mean, that's like I said, that's my personal style of coach, the Bill Parcells. That's the type of dude that I like.
Yeah, and grab you by your face mask and cut you out while spitting all in your face and shit and then throw you back. Listen, make a play.
I always tell them, I said, if I don't grab your face mask at least 5 times during the season, I don't like you.
I don't like
you. Yeah,
because I coach middle school athletes, and I'm like, if I don't grab your face mask at least 5 times during the season, I don't like you.
I don't like you.
Now I just coach track, but I'm intense because even with the little kids, this generation is different from all of us. Look at this circle of fellas right here. We got a whole bunch of different age groups going on right here. We can handle that kind of coaching. These kids will mess around and go make a TikTok and cry about
it. Story time again. Boom. We're talking about coaching. So I was coaching the 10 and 11-year-olds. And it was my 2 nephews. I wasn't even coaching the beginning of the season. They came home one day and was like, yo, Uncle Mel, you got to come coach. The coach don't know what he's doing. He's stupid. He don't know football. He's whack. All that. I was like, all right, I'll come to practice. I'll look at a couple days of practice or whatever. I'll make my decision. So I go to practice on a Wednesday, and I'm watching it. I'm like, this is stupid. First of all, they got my one nephew. He's a receiver, pure receiver. That's all he is. Got him playing tailback. That's completely wrong.
Oh, no.
They got my other nephew playing quarterback. He's a tailback.
Oh, God.
But his brother was a quarterback for the coach, and he was like, well, you're going to be like your brother. I was like, he's not his brother. He's a tailback.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So it only took 2 hours. I was like, okay, I got y'all. Don't worry about it. So I pull the coach to the side at the end of practice, and I'm like, hey, just so you know, the reason why y'all not winning, you got the kids in the wrong spots. Like, just based off of this, and the quarterback, who was the dude, Rashard, he was playing fucking receiver.
Oh, God.
It was stupid. So then he throws. fast forward, they played the game on Saturday. They lost. I go back to practice again on Wednesday the following week, and I'm like, yo, you need to make some changes. The kids are kind of upset, yada, 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 yada. He throws his playbook at me, says, if you think you can do better, you coach them. You're not going to get nothing out of these kids that I don't get out of them. He said, you see all them trophies in that room? He's pointing at the shed. Those are my trophies. I said, cool. I got it. So I went, told my nephews, I'm going to start coaching y'all this week. And I had to make one move. I went to the quarterback, Rashard. He's playing receiver. Him and his mother were sitting in the stands. And I said, Rashard, you trust me? He was like, yeah. I was like, I need you to play quarterback. He was like, I want to play quarterback. I said, yes, you do. I said, yes, you do. I said,
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
And he was just like, man, I just want to win. I said, we'll win if you play quarterback. I said, if you trust me, you play quarterback, I guarantee you will win the championship this year.
Period.
His mother looked at me. She looked at him. She was like, Rashard, what you want to do? She was like, he said, no. I said, all right, cool. No problem. We played the game on Saturday. At halftime, we were losing. He's crying on the sidelines. I said, you ready to play quarterback now?
Mm-hmm.
He said, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Came back, won the game.
Game time.
We won the game. Went on to go undefeated the rest of the season, win the championship. So then we at the end of the game, you know, the guy who was the coach, who was originally the head coach, he's on the sidelines, stone face, mad. I'm holding the trophy and I look at him. I put this one in there. But I coached those kids, and at the end of the day, there was a bunch of kids that literally came to me and the parents. I was like, yo, they've learned more about football in this last year with you than they did their previous 4 or 5 years.
Oh, of course. Of course. That's real coaching.
Like, yeah, like, because I'm a coach. This is what I do. I groom young players to become, because they were running college stuff. Like, it was bad. Like, it was nuts. It was crazy. I'll get into my youth football coaching. That was ignorant.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So we're going to get there later. But we went way off topic. So
it's all good.
It's all good. That's what happened with story time. Let's get to Ezekiel Elliott. And is he getting a bad rap with the Dallas Cowboys?
Numbers don't lie. Define a bad rap.
I just want to know why they don't like him.
What I mean is, Ezekiel Elliott is being, from what I hear from analysts and people, saying he doesn't have it anymore. He's not as good as he once was. I am on the other side of that. I'm like, the difference is that you're splitting his carries with another back. A totally different style of running back, because they're not the same type of running back. Ezekiel Elliott is more of, let me grind it out the first 2 quarters, and then you get what I really am in the third and the fourth quarter. David Pollard is, I said David Pollard, what's his name? Tony Pollard. He's more explosive. I'm not going to take that away from him, but he's not the 25 to 30 a game carry type of dude the way Ezekiel Elliott is. Ezekiel Elliott gets stronger as the game goes on. And if you look at it, Ezekiel Elliott still ran for like 900 and some odd yards this year.
He was at officials 876, 231 rushes, which is 6 down from last year.
So if he's not splitting as many carries as he is with Tony Pollard, he still gets you 1,100, 1,200 yards. So it's not that he's not producing, it's he's not getting the attempts that he once was getting.
And I'm just trying to figure out, like, I get it, you know, like his numbers are down from 2019, but he's a running back. Like that's going to happen. But it's like you need a back like that. And for the narrative that he's not the same back and all the stuff like that, it's like he doesn't have to be. He doesn't need to be the same back, but as long as you can still put him in and he can still grind out those close yardage or still get into the end zone when you need him to be, It's like you have a Tony Pollard, you have these other guys to where they can stretch the field and really be explosive in that type of offense. To where now, when you need those burn yards, you need those crunch time yards, you have a big back that can do that. That's what he's for. That's always what he's been. It's just like now he's a little older, of course. Older backs, that's what they do. They get hit. They're gonna get hurt. But like, I'm just saying, like, he's been consistent the whole time, bro. Like, I mean, 16 his first year, 973 he got hurt that year, or 983 he got hurt that year. He bounces back with a 14-yard season.
No, he didn't get hurt. Remember, he was suspended.
Oh, he was suspended. That's right.
Yeah, he got suspended.
That's right.
And he still almost ran for 1,000 yards.
He still almost ran for 1,000 yards. He bounces back for 14. Doubles that with 13 the next year, has an off year of 9 with 973. But I think that's the year he got hurt. Correct?
That's the year he started splitting. He started splitting carries.
He started splitting carries. And then he had 1,000 in 2021, and he had 876 this year. But he got hurt this year.
Right, and he's doing all the last 3 years is when he's been splitting carries with Tony Pollard.
Yeah. So I'm just like,
and he had to take on a bigger role last year because you lost Dak last year.
Exactly. Right. So I'm like, where has the fall off been? I know he's not on his rookie year or the years after, but he's still a high valued back to the point where now if you have him with a tandem, which is popular now, like you have to have a damn near 2-back system because running backs don't come on a freaking spin wheel. You can't just go pick them off a goddamn tree, right? You gotta have a good back, one that's sustainable and one that doesn't get hurt. So like, if you have a 2 tandem back, which is the perfect kind of backfield, what's the problem with that? Like every time I talk to Cowboys fans, I'm just like, wait, why would you want Tony Pollard to get? We've seen what happened with that.
I said it.
The man got hurt.
I said he get more carries, he gonna get hurt.
I called it the whole time. I've been calling it the whole time since he was drafted. And it wasn't
also,
no hate to him. It's just his body type.
He's a receiver converted to running back.
Also, the quality of the offensive line has also gone down, and the plays have been called completely different from when he first came into the league.
I was going to get to that part too. They're not even running the same type of offense that they used to run with Zeke.
And now it's about to really be different because Kellen Moore's not even there anymore.
Yep.
They've been really
gonna see what kind of offense they're gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
They've been pass heavy the last few years ever since Kellen Moore took over.
Kellen Moore.
Yep, and that's true. That's another thing. They've been pass heavy, and that's the thing. It's like, I know that they were questioning Mike McCarthy, but I even called it way before the season ended, before the playoffs started. Kellen Moore needs to be evaluated. He needs to look at. He might have to lose his job because there's no way that you look at. There's a 90% chance that you guys win when you run the ball more than you pass the ball, and you're going out there passing 50 times a game, bro. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable coaching. You cannot do that.
No, and his style of offense wasn't built for the Dallas Cowboys.
Not even remotely.
It's not like it was a bad offense. It's just the personnel didn't match what he was trying to do.
Exactly. Quite literally. It literally didn't match what he was trying to do.
It may actually work out for the Chargers better than it did Dallas.
It's going to look great.
I would say that.
Chargers.
I would say that for sure. Yeah. Most definitely.
Because you have a back like Austin Eckler who's more of a hybrid, but he can also run between the tackles. And they've got a few decent backups, but then you just got to hope that the two receivers stay healthy. That's the problem that's the biggest problem with the Chargers.
Biggest issue.
Your two highest paid receivers, your 1 and your 2 cannot stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one goes down, the other one's in.
I don't even know if they're going to keep Mike. Well, they're probably going to keep Mike, but I don't know if they're going to keep Keenan.
Yeah,
I've heard rumors that Keenan Allen on the Mike Williams' contract is up.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that they may move on from Keenan Allen just because Mike Williams is younger.
Mm-hmm.
And the cap is so much heavier than Mike Williams for Keenan Allen.
The cap is stupid. We were looking at that last night on the pod. Like, unless you're like the Bears or a couple other teams, like the cap is ridiculous right now.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely crazy.
It actually went up. It's $224.5 million for this upcoming season.
Wow.
Yeah. It's dumb. I'll pull up the tracker that we used last night just so y'all kind of get an idea of what we was looking at last night. So, not that tracker. That's the wrong tracker. Because it was dumb. Like I didn't even think that it was gonna be like that. This came from Pro Football Focus, but so the Bears have $85.6 million in cap space.
Damn.
So we're talking about the Chargers, right? So the Chargers currently are $23.5 million over the cap. Like they're in the red.
Oh shit.
Like, and they have to start figuring out how they're going to pay Justin Herbert in a minute. Too.
So NFL, So the Jets, Chiefs, Packers, Cowboys, Panthers, Browns, Rams, Bills, Dolphins, Chargers, Titans, Jags, Vikings, Saints, and Bucks are all essentially over the cap, in the red, if you will.
Right.
Jeez.
And then the
Where was
Steelers got
Washington at?
Washington is actually number 15. They've got $8.3 million of cap space right now, give or take.
Okay.
But I mean, of course,
because they were talking about they had money to give Lamar, so I'm just trying to see. I want to see where they were.
I don't know where.
I was going to say, I don't know where that's coming from. You might want to worry about that.
If you're looking at teams that could actually pay Lamar outside of the Ravens themselves, Seahawks, Patriots, Texans, Giants, Raiders, Falcons, and Bears. Nobody else probably could make the space to do it.
And the only team that makes sense would be the Raiders.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the cool part about it.
Yeah, Yeah, because I mean, and that's hard. That's hard to sell.
Yeah.
Right.
That's very hard. Very hard.
What was crazy? So like last night, we had actually talked about what if the Ravens had actually traded Lamar to the Bears for the first pick.
I think that would be stupid.
That would be wild. I'm not even gonna lie.
If I'm Lamar, like that's purgatory. Because you're going to a worse situation.
Yeah, no, it is, but he doesn't have a no trade clause in his contract anyway. Like he's still on his
contract. I'd sit out. I'd be like,
that would be wild.
But you have to look at like we have to play both sides of this conversation. Obviously, from a front office perspective, if you're the Bears, you're like, well, I don't know how I feel about Justin Fields. There's rumblings that they may draft a quarterback for no reason. You know, they may draft C.J. Stroud. They're even buddy from Florida all of a sudden is looking at being the number 2 overall prospect. So
I've been seeing his name come up, and I'm just like,
did you?
Yo.
Well, the Vegas odds, he went from being plus 3,000 to plus 750 in 48 hours. That is, and we know that. So that happens every year, and we know that because look, that bullshit happens.
There's always
with Zach
one
Wilson.
Dude that just comes out of nowhere.
It happened with Zach Wilson, and look at him now, trash. But you know,
Levis too.
I blame that on the Jets mostly.
I mean, you can blame a lot of things on the Jets. The Jets are the Jets.
So it's just, I just think that I don't know. I still think Zeke is I still think he's a good back. I'm not saying a great back. I'm just saying he's still a good back.
No, he's still a serviceable back.
Absolutely.
And I think if he goes to a place like, I think a good place for him would be like the Rams.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah, the Rams.
I'm not mad at that at all. Absolutely.
Yeah. If the Rams can come back healthy, like I'm talking about, Cooper Kupp is back, Stafford is back on track, and who knows? Robert Woods just got cut from the Titans. Who say he don't come back?
I was gonna say reunion.
He knows.
There's another dude.
That's a good one. The Bills, because the Bills definitely need a running back. You can't rely on Young Cook.
Yeah,
I was gonna say what the Giants do with Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones, but I think Saquon Barkley with the Rams would be ignorant.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't even put that out there. Don't even put that out there. Because Sean McVay is king of them picks, bro. And I know they don't got none, but he'll go get some from somewhere and find out how to get sick. No, don't even put that
Saquon's a free agent.
Bobby Wagner.
Yeah,
see,
but also,
let's not do that.
I like the idea of him being in Buffalo too, though.
I'm not mad at that.
Buffalo is a star running back away from being the team they're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Because they're relying on running backs that we know who they are, but the average NFL fan is like, who's Devin Singletary? Who's Zach Moss? Who's James Cook? Like, who are these guys?
Well, I think because they just drafted James Cook, they don't.
But they need to become less Josh Allen centric.
Yes,
bring in a running back like Saquon. You can do that now.
Absolutely.
You give Saquon, let's say 18 touches a game, and then take away 5 to 7 running touches away from Josh Allen. That changes the entire dynamic of that team.
Which needs to happen if you want to save your quarterback, Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Listen,
you're never going to get past the Chiefs or the Bengals if that's right now without a running back.
What Mr. GQ is saying, get a running back that can sustain the hits. Like
Josh Allen needs to lower down on picks.
It's only smart because Josh Allen is not going to last another 5 years if you keep with that offense that you are going at right now. It's not going to happen.
He gonna start falling off like Cam Newton did.
Yes, and it's probably going to be worse because he takes worse hits.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He gonna start getting them Liz Frank injuries and them rib injuries. You see the kind of hits Josh Allen take, and Josh Allen is smaller than Cam was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be pretty. He takes worse hits than Cam.
Yeah, he definitely, because at least, Cam was trucking half the people he hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cam was at least running over half the people he was running. Josh Allen is getting black. He's getting hit. They putting it on him, and that's not good.
Cam Newton was a linebacker playing quarterback.
Oh no, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah. Josh Allen is an above average tight end playing quarterback.
Yeah, no. Cam was a buff small forward playing quarterback.
Nobody respects their run game when it gets to the playoff time. That's why they fall off so much when it comes to actual competitive games.
Because you don't have to defend against it, bro.
You could just drop back and double gigs the entire game.
Exactly.
I can sit back in a cover 2 shell and say, please beat me.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Literally. Because we know, please beat me.
Well, and I've said this before, and people looked at me criminally. Listen, Josh Allen, and I will continue to say, he is the worst red zone quarterback.
Absolutely.
Because you show cover 3, and all of a sudden, off the snap of the ball, you bring that safety forward, and it looks like it's open, and it's not, and he throws a pick. It happens almost every time.
Every time.
Like, I think it was Patrick Mahomes' 3rd year when they started running that too high safety.
Yeah.
And it took them like 6 or 7 games for them to finally figure out, okay, this is how I got to stop the deep shots. Let me just try to get the underneath because I need to trust my playmakers. It's the same thing, but Josh Allen lost Brian Dable, so he's got to figure it out for himself now.
Mm-hmm. That's literally it.
All the people that said that Melvin was wrong, that Patrick Mahomes don't know how to read a damn defense. You just heard Mr. GQ say this exact same thing.
Hey man, I watch a lot of film sometimes, and I do some things.
Hey, when you watch film don't lie.
Film don't lie.
Film don't lie. Don't lie.
Like elite quarterbacks do not throw red zone interceptions. They just don't. Like when you see like a guy like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, it's like they've thrown like 500 passes before they throw a pick in the red zone. Like it's stupid shit like that. But
unlike
Josh Allen will do that shit 2 times every 3 games.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like
quite literally.
So yeah. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers.
Oh man.
He is back from his 0 Dark 30 ayahuasca trip.
You say Aaron Rodgers, you gotta start looking around to make sure he was pop out the shadows. Hold on. Is he coming?
Yeah, he did some self reflecting and whatever he was trying to do and find himself and figure out what he was gonna do with this season and himself apparently.
Hey, Rod, I got the plug on Shrooms. Tap in with me, dog.
I think he already got that plug. He is.
He probably got something you ain't never heard of before.
Hey, shoot, he probably do out there with his girl name? What's her name? Blue Cross.
Oh yeah,
Blue Mansion or something. It's called Blue Sunflower or some crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, she got an uncommon ass name.
Literally,
he on that Blue Magic.
Hey now, okay.
Hey.
Man, cause what that Blue Goo Lagoon? That's what he on. Cause he was swimming in something.
That boy Rodgers came out that dark hole looking like Saddam Hussein when they found him in that cave.
Didn't he look crazy?
Crazy. I said, "Dang, I didn't see you. Boy, what you did?"
My man's who hurt you real quick.
Man,
I want to know, like, who really?
Are you okay? Do we need counselors on deck? What's going on?
I need some help, bro.
He looks like he's off something every time I see him on screen.
No,
he might have to get him some milk.
To quote Mike Epps, he on everything.
Everything.
Oh, okay.
Everything.
Okay. He looked like he belonged as on the cast of Anchorman real quick.
Bro, I seen him. I said, damn, what happened?
But
who beat the shit out of you? Because what's going on? What you doing?
My thing with Rodgers is simply this. He need to sit down with the Packers and they need to come up with a plan. The new league year starts March 15th.
Yep.
You need to not hold there's no point in holding this team hostage.
If you're gonna retire, bro, just leave.
But do you really leave 60 million on the table, though? Do you just really leave 60 on the table? Because I'm not. I'm not leaving 60 million on the table. I'm not leaving
60 million on the table.
But the problem, but the problem is you have Jordan Love, whose rookie contract is almost up. This is year 4 for him, I believe. 4 now. For him. Mm-hmm. So you still got to really figure out what the hell you have with him. But it's nothing wrong with keeping a guy like Aaron Rodgers, but he's not 100% invested.
Nope.
He's really not. Like, and it shows. Like if he really dials in that Packers team that finished the season prior to the playoff debacle actually was a damn good competitive team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He turned them young receivers into something nasty. He did something like Brady used to do in like 06, 07 before he got Randy Moss. He turned household name guys that nobody knew into like, hey, who the fuck is this Christian Watson guy? He catches passes and takes off like Odell Beckham did his first 2 years. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's the Aaron Rodgers that we expected to see for the last 7 years.
Absolutely.
Right.
But we didn't see that till like what, week 11 of this past season, give or take, when they were damn near out of the playoffs, and then Detroit got in their ass.
Yep. And see, but with him, I'm like I said, if I can, the problem is I think the trade market, because his number is going to be too big.
Yeah.
It's hard to trade him.
It is. I mean, he's got to go to a win now team.
To the Jets and all of that. I'm like,
no.
But what are the Jets going to have to give up?
No, he's got to go to a team that's like literally a quarterback away from going to like the Super Bowl type thing. Like, he can't go to a team that's still building. Like, it's kind of got to be a Tom Brady to Tampa situation. It's got to be a team that literally needs a quarterback to get over the top.
Like right now.
So what team is that? What team is that?
That's a good question.
I was going to say that's a good question.
I don't think that team is out there, because
would you say the 49ers are that team?
I was going to say the closest would probably be the 49ers.
I mean, yeah, but do I want to do? I mean, you have an interesting quarterback situation in San Francisco between Brock Purdy and Trey Lance and whoever else the other guy's going to be.
Well, Purdy looks like he's going to be out for 7 months.
Yep, looks like Purdy's going to be out for long because they postponed his surgery.
That's right. He did. He opted to get a second opinion and he postponed his surgery. But then you don't know. And Trey Lance has been out since week 6.
I think I think he's ready to rock once training camp opens up.
I did see a post talking about how Trey Young was starting to train and he was looking for receivers out in the Bay Area. So he's probably going to be back by the time season starts.
And then with the Niners, who's to say that Jimmy G doesn't decide to come back too?
Yeah, because they literally said that he's not coming back, and then they literally brought him back because if you're the Niners, you can. I mean, but you would probably have to give up a fair amount to bring in Rodgers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, every team wants to give up draft compensation, some players. Like, his cap number is huge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So his best bet is to stay with Green Bay, restructure his deal, and continue building that team. Because I think they've got 9 players that are free agents this upcoming offseason, to include Alan Lazard, Robert Tonyan, and a couple of, I think, Mason Crosby and a few others. So like you've got to put that team back together first of all. Like Aaron Jones, I believe he restructured his deal to stay in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If you're okay, I'm gonna throw a hypothetical out. I hate hypotheticals. Let's say you're the Giants. Do you sign and trade Daniel Jones to the Packers to get Aaron Rodgers, re-sign Saquon Barkley, and figure out if you can get, because I think that offense, even though the receiving core is not the best,
that their cap space is trash.
They don't got the cap space.
Well, they've got 43.8 million in cap space, but the problem you're going to run into is you still have to sign receivers because you already let Sterling Shepard walk. You signed, I believe, Isaiah Hodgins at the end of the season, so he's not bad.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression Sterling Shepard was still going to be there.
No,
okay.
He got released shortly after the Super Bowl, actually.
Yep.
After the Super Bowl. So
then throw it away. And remember,
which is crazy considering he just freaking tore his knee again.
Yeah.
But you got to remember too, Aaron Rodgers has a no trade clause, so he's not going to go to the Giants.
I don't see it.
I think another big factor is does he get along with the offensive coordinator? He has to get along with whoever's calling the plays. That's why I don't think with the Raiders he won't get along with the Kyle Shanahan. He has to have control, and I don't think coaches like that are going to give him it.
No, that's true.
I think him and Brian Daboll will be good together. But the problem is the rest of that roster is not ready.
Yeah,
it literally be Aaron Rodgers and Saquon Barkley, and that's it. Like, there's nothing else.
Right. I was thinking Sterling Shepard was going to come back, and with a couple of those with the younger guys, that they could make it work. But if he's not there, then screw it. No, it don't make sense.
So as we continue to play this hypothetical game, right? So they have some money to work with. So the Bengals may lose either T. Higgins or
Tyler Boyd.
So what if on the off chance, let's say the Giants signs one of those guys, you also bring in an Odell Beckham Jr. with Isaiah Hodgins. Now you make the trade for Rodgers.
Well, there's a report that D-Hop has been getting talked about the Giants too.
Yeah. Well, he's also linked to my Patriots, and I'm hoping that's what
that's
the case
true.
is, so.
That's also true.
Well, I think the Giants will have to
Bill
fix their
Belichick
line
loves
also.
D-Hop.
That's true though. They would have
and D-Hop loves Bill Belichick, so I hope that marriage actually comes to because I need Mac Jones to have some comparable weapons.
I think for the Giants to be contenders for A-Rod, they have to fix their O-line because he's not Daniel Jones to where he could take off because he's not mobile like that no more.
Ooh, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
So he has to go to a ready-made team, like you said.
Well,
ready-made,
I think
very small holes.
Part of it as well is you're not gonna turn the dogs loose on an Aaron Rodgers the way you would a Daniel Jones.
Yeah, no.
True.
So he can help the pass rush out a little bit just being Aaron Rodgers.
True.
Yeah. But I mean, and there's a dark horse out there too. What about it? What if you think about a team like the Atlanta Falcons?
For Aaron Rodgers?
I think the Falcons need too much.
Yeah, they need too much help.
So they do, yes, but they have the second most cap space, so they have the most money to be able to build accordingly.
That's true.
You have two young talents in Drake London and
Kyle Pitts.
And Kyle Pitts, yeah.
And the young running back, yeah.
I was saying the young running back. What's his name? Tyler Algier, I think.
Yeah, so you've got a good young staple for that part of it. You've got you got some high draft picks. You can make some moves happen, and you've got the cap space to bring in, the right players. Aaron Rodgers will probably attract the right attention.
Do you see Aaron Rodgers in Atlanta though?
Yep, I sure do. I sure do.
I'm trying to justify it, but it'd be hard.
I do.
Yes, what's the Commanders' cap space? What's the Commanders' cap space?
The Commanders are sitting at right now 8.3.
Ooh, because that would be a good team. That'd be a
Aaron
good
Rodgers
team.
Go out there and get him Georgia Peach, man.
I think Washington has their sights on two quarterbacks. Their main focus was Lamar. That's their main focus, and then the other one was Derek Carr.
Yeah, I'll stand by this too. I still think the Commanders have a ready-made offense. They just need a quarterback.
Most definitely.
From everything.
Most definitely.
Like that offense can make a deep playoff run, especially in the NFC. Like they truly can. They just need a competent quarterback, and that's it. So maybe that's a spot Aaron Rodgers thinks about.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, I'd have to look at the draft situation because you're gonna have to probably trade a draft pick if you're the Commanders to try to get Aaron Rodgers.
I'm Washington, I'll give up 3 first rounds. I'll give it
up. They've got the 16th pick in the upcoming draft. That's their first pick. So yeah, I definitely would give that pick up. What am I gonna get? What am I gonna get with the 16th overall pick if I'm giving for Aaron Rodgers?
Because everything that I would draft, I quite literally already had, and I had backups for that. So
they've got the 16th pick, the 48th pick, and the 98th pick. So and 190. I would fuck it. Why not?
I mean, because in my opinion, they're just a quarterback, a decent quarterback away.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so a guy like Derek Carr would be really good because Derek Carr is just good enough of a quarterback to do that.
Easy.
The only problem with Derek Carr is he just doesn't have the playoff experience. That's the only downfall with Derek Carr. But
another dark horse team for me, Miami. Are they really sold on Tua?
No, I want Lamar to go to Miami.
Well, that's
a dream scenario. If Lamar goes to Miami, you're gonna have 3 of the fastest players in the NFL in the same offense.
That's what I want to see.
Like you talking about,
if he goes to Miami. You might see the first team win 3 Super Bowls in a row.
Yeah. Well, there's that, but then you're talking about the AFC East being one of the deepest divisions in football again. And that ain't happened in a very long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say that hasn't happened in years.
No, I wouldn't say they're deep. I mean, they're top heavy.
Yeah, too.
Yeah. You imagine if the Jets get Derek Carr. That'll be deep
and the Patriots are going to at least stay close.
Relevant.
And we were a game out of the wild card this last season. So that just tells you that we're right. At one point we had all 4 of our teams in the playoff picture.
Yeah.
Just like the NFC East did. So it's like it's not impossible for the AFC East.
Because I got into a whole argument with Troy about this.
Oh, I know.
So we won't talk about that. He in the background punching the air right now like Ricky.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like Bill Belichick's not going to stay down for long. Like he's just not built that way. But if Lamar, no, I don't either. But he's what we have right now, and we're not going to make a move. So we're gonna ride it out. He's not a terrible quarterback. He's still better than the bottom half of the league. So I'll live with it for the time being because
Mac Jones does need some receivers.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like we've seen what Mac Jones looks like with actual talent. Like we've seen it, albeit in college, but we've seen it. Right. So I'm all about give a competent quarterback weapons and see what they do. Mac Jones is a competent quarterback, and we had zero offensive coordinator last year. We had
but his arm in Buffalo, it scares me, bro.
Oh yeah, no, his arm was
because once it start hitting November, December, it is handoff left, handoff right. Because
I just
look.
What's is going to be his third year?
But we've got two solid running backs too, and if all we need him to do is be proficient at the intermediate throws. When it comes to that time of year. Because by the time November, December, your running game has got to be the top of your offense anyway. Because, if you ain't running the ball, you're not really going to be a good playoff team anyway.
Yeah, right. I thought the moves that y'all made were going to kind of help him out a little bit, but not really.
Yeah, no, I did too. But now bringing in Bill O'Brien is going to be a big upgrade. I hate Bill O'Brien as a head coach. But as an offensive coordinator, I'll give that man his props and respect as an OC. I really will. But I hate him as an OC because he literally set the entire Houston Texans back 400 years. But
the Texans won't be good to fucking 2036.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be out of the military by the time the Texans are good.
Yep. Let's get I want to touch a little bit on the Eric Beineimy shit again, just because what he said in the press conference is what I was saying why he took the job itself. Before I move on any further, when he was just basically saying comfort is the enemy of progress, and I was trying to explain to people what he meant by that is he could sit in the comfy situation, which would be Kansas City, but that's going to hinder his progress because he's in the shadow of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He has to get away from that to prove who he is.
Yep.
100%.
And he wants to be challenged. This going to Washington, that's a challenge.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you have no idea who the quarterback is. If nothing changes, and I say if Tyler Heineke is the quarterback with Eric Beineimy, I think they can still be a very good team. If Heineke starts the entire season,
he should start the entire season. I don't trust Sam Howell season long.
No, I don't.
And Carson Wentz got to go. He need to retire to get out the league.
I do trust Howell.
Carson Wentz. Hey, Carson Wentz is going to be in the XFL next season. Promise you.
Or probably he's gonna be in the USFL.
Probably say USFL probably the upcoming season.
And then he'll get injured by the fourth game.
By the fourth game, he's gonna be out, gone.
Yep,
100%. But what I loved about Eric Beineimy's press conference too is what a lot of people probably didn't notice is that all of the offensive skill players were in the front row listening. Like Josh Dotson, like all those guys were in the front row listening to this. That's already a good sign. That's already a good sign is they were there like, oh man, we getting this guy. Like we gotta, because we know. I'm with you. I do think I think Ron Rivera's on a very short leash this upcoming season. Because of the debacle from last year.
And that's what I was just about to add is because when I said it, when he went there and I was like, this is more than when everybody's like, oh, it's just a lateral move. It's not a lateral move.
No, because he got the assistant coach title on top of offensive
assistant head coach, and he signed a 2-year deal, which in my brain says they're giving Ron Rivera 1 year to fix this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And if Ron Rivera doesn't correct it, Eric Beineimy slides into the head coach.
I think it's a prove it for both of them. Prove it that you can create the same offense that you had in Kansas City with us in your 1 year, and for Ron Rivera to prove that he can actually be the head coach of the team. Otherwise, like you said, Beineimy is going to slide right into that head coaching position next year.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like Washington be the only.
I think Beineimy's going to if he gets the head coach, he'll put together a solid ass coaching staff too on top of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because now he can kind of build it. He can kind of build it the way he wants to build it.
Yep, I believe so, and I think I believe in him only
I do too.
It's not has nothing to do. I just believe when you're motivated, it's going to bring the best out of you.
100%.
And he's highly motivated right now. So
yeah.
It's a wait and see thing. I just want to see what they do with court. Like I said, if they can pull it off where they get Lamar, it's gonna be ugly.
Because they got 3 really good running backs
and 3 really good wide receivers.
And if Logan Thomas can stay healthy, boy, and not to mention that pass rush they got. So like, look,
Chase,
that's a young Kansas City offense right there without the quarterback. Kansas City offense.
If I'm Ron Rivera and I have a coach like Eric Beineimy, I am as a head coach turning my focus to the defense. I was like, look, hey, Coach Beineimy, you got everything offense. Because we know Ron Rivera is known for his defense. He is not an offensive coach. It's not his thing, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Focus on the defense. You have too many first rounders that are elite pass rushers that you don't know that you haven't been using the way they need to be used.
Right.
So Ron, focus on the defense. Let Beineimy just do his offensive thing, and let's see what it does.
Yeah, re-signed the Ron Payne.
The
Commanders, they got re-signed a couple defensive players.
No, I mean it's nobody.
They're losing their
I think Deron Payne is the only one, but I think they're gonna bring Deron Payne back
because I think everybody else still on rookie deals.
Yeah, and
Chase Young is on what, year 2 now?
Chase Young is on
and they were talking about how they were kind of weary about paying him or kind of weary about bringing him back or whatever the case may be. It was really more about paying him that max contract because of how he got hurt in the offseason, like right before the season. Yeah. So they were really, really weary about that. So we might have to be on Chase.
He's got to prove a year coming up too.
Yep, sure does.
When he came back for the game and a half that he played, he looked good.
He looked really good.
And if I'm Washington, there's one guy that I look to go get because they need a safety. You go, well, 2 guys. You go get Jesse Bates or you go get Jordan Poyer. You get one of those 2 dudes and throw him in the back of your secondary. I'm
gonna throw one more name out there because he's a free agent. I would look after CJ Garner-Johnson too.
Yep, I was just about to say him for the Eagles.
The Eagles.
Oh, he's done that. He's
gone. So the Eagles have 15. They have 15 upcoming free agents. 7 of them are defensive starters.
Yep.
Oh,
and CJ Garner-Johnson is one of them.
I thought he signed a long-term deal with the Eagles.
No, he was no. They
just signed a 1-year deal.
They absorbed his contract from New Orleans, which he had a year left.
Yep. Yeah, a year left.
So he's a free agent now. Now I would re-sign with Philly if I'm him, but if I'm the Commanders and I have the cap space, hey bro, I'm trying to throw this money at you.
Yeah, I'm trying to throw this money at you. We're trying to win a chip. What's popping?
They need a safety. They need one.
They do. No, 100%.
So I was gonna say if they can't score either one of those, we'll be on the lookout for Juwan Howard because he just got released from Miami too. They don't want to pay him.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Okay. I forgot he got released. Yeah, because they also for the Eagles, Miles Sanders is also a free agent.
Yeah,
and that you know what, Miles Sanders with the Bills would be good too. I'm just saying.
Oh, absolutely. That would be the missing piece. That would quite literally be the missing piece.
I like Miles Sanders as a back. I think he's a solid back.
If that happens, I'm petty. If I'm Zeke, I'd go to the Eagles.
Yeah, like
if Miles leaves, I'd go to the Eagles. Team up with bad boy Jalen.
I think Zeke and Philly fit. That's a good fit.
Yeah, I do because you've got the other 2 backs in Philly are more of your pass catching backs anyway.
Yeah, you got Gainwell because Gainwell's like a receiver anyway.
Yeah, and Boston Scott is kind of whatever you need him to be, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
but Miles Sanders is like an underrated red zone running back. Like he's slippery. He is very slippery in the red zone.
Yep. Okay, so. We had some new football.
Yes, we did.
The XFL kicked off. I was thoroughly impressed.
Listen, shout out to my Roughnecks. We balled the fuck out.
Like, I was very, very, very impressed with the caliber of football.
Yes.
The coaching. I love the rule changes. We'll get into rule changes first.
I'm a big fan of some of these rules.
I think the NFL should adopt these 3 things. 1, the kickoff. They should adopt the kickoff.
100%. 100%.
I love the kickoff because you can do so many things with that kickoff. Where you can actually run it like an offense. In my brain.
Yeah. Imagine if a guy like Devin Hester had a chance like that to return a kickoff.
You'd never see the ball.
No, you wouldn't. But then if I'm a team like Miami, hey Tyree, get your butt back there.
Just get back there.
Most definitely.
Just get back there.
Like I'm
Tyree,
I'm in traps. I'm pulling
Devin Hester,
left to right.
Josh Cribbs.
My best skill guys are going to become return men now.
Dante Hall. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Dante Hall. Oh my God.
Can you imagine the human joystick back there, dog?
Dude.
Oh my God.
Don't forget about Dante Stalwart, Josh Cribbs.
Stalwart. Oh, Josh Cribbs. I'm telling you.
Dude,
it would
with
be
those
crazy.
kind of kickoff rules, you got everybody 5 yards apart. I'm gonna find the first crease, and as soon as you get through the first crease, you're gone.
I'm out of there.
I'm out of there.
I'm out of there.
There's no one behind the front
line. Where you at? That's why I'm trying out. What? That's what I'm trying. I'm strictly gonna return.
What we said next year, Mulich.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be back there, and let me find the. I'm straight through.
I need a sliver, one little sliver. And
that's all I. That's all I need. I'm telling you, XFL teams, if you're watching, we can post this on YouTube. Come find us. I'm coming. Okay,
I'm coming. Look, I'll play strong safety or outside linebacker, and if I get down to 180, I'm 205 now. I get down to 180. I'll go back to receiver. I'm good. Red zone.
I mean, you could just get down to 190 and you be solid.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
But I mean, but also I was a big fan because we forget the XFL didn't have near as long of a training camp as like the NFL does. They had like a month.
Yeah, definitely.
And
they were all together.
To put that kind of a product on the field in week 1. Now I think there was only one game that was kind of off, and I think it was the Seattle Sea Dragons and the Arlington Wranglers game that was a little off. But you could tell. But then the Roughnecks game, their defense produces 8 sacks in the first game.
Yeah, like people. So you're like it was the what game was it? What game was it? The St. Louis game.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good game. That was a good game. That was when it was 3-3.5, right?
How crazy this game was.
Yeah.
And I posted it on the TikTok, so y'all can get a brief. If you go to TikTok, you'll see how I broke it down. But there was 1 minute and 30 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot who St. Louis was playing. They never saw the ball after that. Because of the way the rules work, St. Louis.
Yeah, they're playing the Vipers.
They was down 15-3. They scored a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Went for 3. Was down 15-13.
Yep.
The onside kick rule is amazing because you can only use it if you're down.
Oh, you talking about last week 1 when they played the Brahmas?
That was. Yeah, that wasn't the Brahmas. No, that was Seattle. That was the team Josh Gordon's on. That was the Sea Dragons.
Oh, the Sea Dragons. Yep. Okay, so I think that game. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay, I'm with you.
So you can only use it in the fourth quarter if you're down or tied.
Yep.
So you get it 1st and 15 on the 35-yard line. If you don't make it, the team gets the ball right there. St. Louis makes the first down. Shout out to Austin Pro. Your daddy was a dog. Then they run 2 more plays. Austin Pro catches the game-winning touchdown. Game's over. They never saw the ball. Never saw it.
Yeah. We talked about this on the pod last night, and I said I think the NFL should at least explore this in the preseason to see how it looks. Because I think the conversion rule, the 1, 2, and 3 point, is massive.
It's crazy. And if you look at St. Louis, bro, they did it 2 weeks in a row because they did it to San Antonio last week. They were losing that game, and they came back. They did the same exact thing. I was like, yo, their formula is crazy. Yeah.
But just so imagine this now. So and put it in the scope of the NFL, a 21-7 game is irrelevant now. Because if I can go score 6 and go get 3, I got 9. It's now 21-15.
Yep.
That is a game. That is a big time momentum changer.
That's a game changer.
15 on the onside kick rule thing. You back in the game.
I was saying you're back in the game, and I got field position.
So just think about some of your more like explosive offenses. I'm like, hey, I'll take a chance on that 4th and 15 from my 35.
Hell yeah,
absolutely.
Like, if I'm a team like the Chiefs, I do that. If I'm a team like Philly, I do that. If I'm a team like Cincinnati, I do that. If I'm a team like the Chargers, I do that. Why not?
Yeah, it makes the game crazy. Like the amount of stress that you could put on a team with a 3-point. Like if you go for a 3-point conversion, like just think about it. The options you have now, if a team kicks a field goal and you down, I'm trying to figure out a way to make this shit work.
Yeah.
If you down, 12? I'm trying to do the math. Because normally, if you went for a field goal, that'd be 8. So if you're down 12, you still actually have a chance to win a game now. It's no longer, it goes away from a 3-possession game to now you can actually win it in 2 possessions.
You can make it a 1-possession game.
Right.
Because if you're down 12 and you score 9, it's a field goal game.
Right.
Literally.
Just that quick. So you're a 3 and out away from essentially tying the game or taking the lead, whatever the case might be in the,
Because now, like, everything is in play. Like, everything starts to change. Like, coaching, in my opinion, this is where coaching really comes in.
Oh, no, definitely. It'll change the course of a game entirely. It's going to literally change game plans.
Yep. I think this is where the coaches who are more analytics.
Now,
this is where your analytics coaches have an advantage.
Exactly. Right. Analytics is going to play a lot more. Numbers is going to play a lot more. Yeah. Red zone threat. Oh, shoot. They're just out of the red zone. So now we have to tweak a little bit. They're inside the red zone. They're going for 2. They're going for 3. Now we have to sit up here and game plan all of this stuff. It's a whole different aspect.
The way I look at it now, I would take more chances on it on 4th down. Because,
oh, hell yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Because the amount that you can make up if you score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I would consider going for 2 more often.
Yeah.
Because the yardage is shorter. The yardage is shorter for the 1, 2, and the 3. I consider going for 2. Yes, I know my field goal kickers aren't bad, but
look, unless he's kicking a field goal, he's not coming on the field.
Unless I got Justin Tucker, I really don't give a damn.
Hello.
And that's a field goal. Extra points. I'm not kicking extra point.
Yeah, I'm really consider. I probably would damn near go for 2 almost every time. At the minimum,
going for 2 or 3 at every point, every chance I get.
Oh, definitely.
Because why not? If I'm playing like a team that I'm just on their ass. Oh yeah, I'm going for 3.
Yeah.
I'm putting this game away. I'm putting this game away in the first quarter. I'm putting
I'm putting your ass to sleep.
I'm scoring 20. I'm scoring 29 points in the first quarter.
Right now.
That's why I think the NFL won't adopt the rules, because there's the level of competition between the best teams and the average teams is so wide that it would be blowout every week.
No, I don't think so.
I think because of how frequent you can score, it makes the games more exciting.
Yeah. I think the scoring goes up.
Yeah, and I think because
go ahead. No,
any given Sunday, bro, like just the way how the course of the league, it's not necessarily college to the point where it's gonna be like a top 10, top 5 team against a weak ass fucking non-divisional team. It's gonna probably be like an interdivisional team or a game that matters. Can you imagine, like?
You know how hard it is to stop a motherfucker for 10 yards?
Yeah, like just imagine Eagles, Washington, Eagles, Cowboys, and it's a 3-point game, and they got to go for 3. That's going to be insane.
Dude, the ratings are going to be nuts. But here's the thing I don't think people are thinking about. If you go to the 1, 2, 3-point conversion, I almost would be willing to bet you have no more tie games.
No tie?
No.
Yeah,
no,
I don't think
games will not end in a tie no more.
No. And you might not have overtime games. You really might not. There's a good chance your overtime games might actually go down.
Yep. I don't doubt that at all. I
can win the game going for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I put the game into my kicker's hands or into my quarterback's hands?
What about this? What if they do this? If you're down, let's say you scored a touchdown and you were down, what would it be? If you went for 3, it would have to be 9. So let's say you were down 8. You score a touchdown. You have to go for a 2-point conversion to tie the game. Let's say they get rid of the 2-point. You have to go for 3.
Yeah.
Like there is no, like they take away the option to tie it all together.
Now you change. Yep, you change.
I was gonna say now you're changing the game, because now you're giving coaches, they're like, yo, what are we gonna do here?
So maybe for the sake of the NFL to make a proper transition, add the 1, 2, and 3-point conversion strictly to overtime rules.
Alleviate
the possibility of a tie altogether. Unless you just don't convert it. But that's the only other way you're going to get a tie is if you don't convert the 1, 2, or the 3.
How about those rules kick in the 1, 2, and 3, fourth quarter?
Fourth quarter overtime or just fourth quarter?
Yeah, fourth quarter overtime.
Hey, that'd be solid.
Or do it like in the half. Do it like second and fourth quarter to where it's the end of the half, end of the game.
Where you allow the team, you give both teams a shot. You give the team who's losing more of an opportunity to come back, and then you have the other team willing an opportunity just to put the game out of reach.
Let's say put the game away.
Yep. Because think about it, if you go what Tyrone just said, right, and I'm a team and I get the ball at the end of half, and I'm already up 7. I go score and I go for 3. Now I'm up 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry, 16. My bad. Bad. I'm up 16,
16.
and I'm about to get the ball back.
You pressing
and
it.
All I got to do is get a field goal, and I'm up 19 now. But if I go score, I'm up 23.
Yep.
The game is essentially almost out of reach.
The end of the half, second quarter, fourth quarter, you have the options for the 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I
like that.
If they get those rules, I feel like the NFL would be way more.
Vegas would go crazy.
Exciting.
Absolutely.
But listen, the point spreads would be stupid because now you can start playing. Now you can play a second and a fourth quarter parlay.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it'd be crazy. It'd be so crazy too. That'd be the coldest part. How Vegas will change and how these numbers would switch on just game days and within hours like that.
Yeah, because you're no longer gonna have like, Kansas City is a 2.5 point favorite. No,
they're not.
That might not be the case. It might be more of a pick 'em now because of the second and fourth quarter type of thing.
Yeah. because now it's gonna break down to the point where it's like this team scores more in the second quarter than any other team, right? Yep. So it's like we're not taking that point spread because of what they do in the second quarter and because what this team does in the fourth quarter, it's damn near like this. What you gonna do?
Because I'm playing the parlay for the Chiefs every fourth quarter because they're a second half team anyway.
Yep.
I just don't think the NFL will ever adapt those rules.
If they listen,
Oh,
NFL, if y'all listen to what we just said. We don't work for the NFL. We're not affiliated with the
NFL.
I'm just hashtag NFL.
If you're about your brand NFL, do it.
If you had your choice and the NFL said we're only taking one, either the kickoff or the onside kick or the 3 points, which one are you doing?
I'm taking the conversion. Give me the
I would take the
1.3
onside kick. See, I take the onside kick because it's easier to get the ball.
Oh, the onside kick? Oh yeah. I take.
I like the idea of 4th and 15, but I really like that 1, 2, and 3 because it just changes changes scoring.
It changes. It gives the game a whole different.
That's why they won't take it because it changes the game too much. Now the onside kick, it's still like you said, it's hard to get 10 yards, let alone 15 in the NFL. Yeah. I could see them adopting that to like player safety, no more kickoffs type.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Because they've been trying to work with the kickoff for the last 5-6 years anyway.
Oh yeah, forever. Yeah, forever. That's been their main focus.
Yeah. Okay. I want to some notable things about the XFL that I was digging through. They only have 8 teams right now currently. Mm-hmm. But this is a good thing. Of the 8 teams, 4 black head coaches.
Yep.
4 black head coaches.
Absolutely.
Terrell Buckley, Rod
That's how we do
it. Reggie Barlow. Shout out to Reggie
Hines
Barlow.
Ward.
Shout out to Reggie Barlow, man.
And Hines Ward.
Shout out to my boy Hines Ward, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And it was great. Like there were some notable players as well. I'm gonna run through them real quick. I was gonna do some other names, but this is why we're gonna do college football on the show, so that when we mention names, you know who the hell it is. I know who it is. Mulish might know who it is. GQ might know who it is. Tyrone, I'm pretty sure you know because we college guys too. This is a football show. It's not an NFL show. It's a football show. So, I'll start off with St. Louis. Names of recognition. Anthony Beck is the head coach.
Yep.
I love Anthony Beck. He was a great player. Not great. I don't want to say great. That's messed up.
He was above average.
Yeah, he was a good player. Austin Pro. I told y'all about him. His daddy, Ricky Pro.
Yeah, another solid player.
Yeah, do your research on Ricky Pro. That dog.
He was that dude.
AJ McCarron, quarterback.
Yep, another one of them Alabama guys.
Yep. Seattle. Was the Sea Dragons? Sea Dragons.
Yeah, Sea Dragons.
Like their coaching staff was pretty good. When I look at their coaching staff, Jim Haslett, head coach.
Yep.
Ooh. Ron Zook is the defensive coordinator, and June Jones is the OC.
Yeah, June Jones was the coach of the Roughnecks last XFL season.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's just like
he was in the USFL too, if I remember correctly. June Jones was.
Mm-hmm. So I was actually. It starts to make sense why the game was looking so much better when you have these caliber of coaches with these players. Ben DiNucci.
Fans. Ben DiNucci, Cowboy quarterback.
Yeah. Ben DiNucci's their quarterback. Josh Gordon found his way back on the football field.
And converted a 3-point conversion.
Hello. So hopefully it'll work out for him later on.
Stay off the weed, bro.
Stay off the weed.
The weed.
The XFL don't drug test for cannabis, so he's good. I read the rule book, man. I'm coming to the treehouse.
Arlington Renegades. This one shocked me. Bob Stoops is the head coach.
Yeah.
What? They got Big Bob.
Legend, baby. Yeah.
On that low key. I said, okay, Big Bob. I look at you.
That one, I saw that and I was like, oh, good way to go.
Yeah.
Another dude that was on there, Will Hill. Some of y'all don't know who Will Hill is.
I don't know who Will Hill is, man. Will Hill,
blue right there.
Baller.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
if you watch college football, you know who Will Hill is.
Will Hill. That's why I said we're going to talk a lot of college football moving forward, so that when we mention names, you know who the heck it is.
Real quick about Will Hill, if you ever want to see a pure football player, a pure football, like not one who's destined to a specific position, a pure football player, no matter where you put that ball on the field. He's going to ball.
Give him a helmet and shoulder pads and go say play.
And he's going to ball. He don't even need cleats, okay? He's just going to be out there stone-footed, and he don't give a damn. That is a footballer, okay? A true footballer.
Hey, you can't make stone foot references in February.
That's the only time I can make it, though. That's the only time I can make it.
Yep. Then another dude on Arlington, Davion Smith. I'm a Michigan guy.
Damn, I haven't heard that name in a... What's that? He's been 7-8 years.
Davion Smith is that dude. He was that guy. He was supposed to be better. I don't know what happened. I got to figure out what happened with Davion Smith, but he's on Arlington as well.
Practice squad warrior.
Pretty much, yeah.
Basically,
ain't nothing wrong with a practice squad warrior. That's what I was.
Yeah, shoot, hey, don't matter. Shit.
Oh no, I wasn't looking as a slight. It's just some players they just don't ever get that that magical phone call that we hope they get.
Right. Houston Renegades. Wade Phillips.
Wade Phillips, yes, sir.
Oh man,
Wade Phillips. I love Wade Phillips. I'm sorry.
You can't not love Wade Phillips.
Yeah,
and you can tell. Listen, you can tell by the way that defense played that Wade got his hands on that defense.
Yes.
Oh, most definitely, absolutely.
You don't get 8 sacks in your opening game without Wade.
Without Wade, got his fingers in there.
Listen, it was a goddamn salsa line to get to the quarterback in that game because he ain't have no help. I ain't never seen quarterbacks get hit like that.
Staple of a Wade.
My man was getting that. He was getting that David Carr from the Texans treatment the way that quarterback was getting hit.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And Houston was very odd. I was just going through there were names on there, like I said, college dudes. But if I mentioned them, most people would know who the fuck it was. But I did notice they had a lot of dudes from the University of Maryland. Shout out to University of Maryland.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, they was always notorious for having cats that run a 4.3 and a 4.2 at the combine.
Hey, I was in camp with them dudes. Shout out to Jermaine Lewis. Here we go. DC Defenders, as we talk about University of Maryland. Reggie Barlow, as we talked about. That was really only like notable niggas on the DC. They need to get better. Like they want.
Yeah, they do. They need to do better.
They need dudes. They don't got no dudes on that team. Like all the dudes from Maryland should be in DC. They shouldn't be in Houston. Unless I know Houston got better strip clubs, so I think that's why they went.
Well, I mean,
they probably. I think they got better massage parlors too, but that's neither here nor there.
But that's shout out to
like I said, you go where the attractions are. You know what I mean?
As the representative from Houston on this show right now, I'm just telling you, yeah, that's all. I'm gonna say it without saying it.
I mean, if the choice was DC or Houston,
I'm going to Houston.
Hey, DC got some spots. Hey, DC got some spots. In New York,
DC got some very underrated spots. But Houston, I'm gonna tell you right now, Houston is divided into sections. Let me put it to you like that. You can go to Midtown, you can go to East Downtown, you can go to Washington Avenue if you just want to go see all kind of international things. And you know what I'm saying when I say it like
international things.
Then you still got Main Street.
Main Street,
like
every Main Street.
Yeah, every Main Street.
Listen, it's some bars on Main Street where if you ain't dressed a certain type of way, you're not walking through the door.
You're not coming in.
Not to mention the amount of there's a bunch of dive bars that are sprinkled around the outskirts that are low key on point too. So
shout out to Mr. GK for bringing class.
Hey, there you go, Mr. GK.
Hey man, look, it ain't just a name; it's a lifestyle.
Insider.
I'm a professional bruncher. So Houston is one of the greatest brunch cities out there. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh,
shout out to the brunch people.
Hey, listen, if you don't brunch and you in your 30s, you slipping because brunch is where it's at.
I can love mimosa in the morning, man.
You stop by the job, we got bottomless mimosas.
I'm trying to tell you from 10:45 to 4 o'clock, I can just get fucked up off of grapefruit mimosas and whatever else I feel like drinking.
Yeah,
and I can get my belly full.
Absolutely.
See, me personally, I still choose DC. I would choose Texas just because it's no state tax. Like,
hey, that is
let me
great.
get my bread.
I just filed my taxes the other day and it was nice. So yeah, that no state tax is nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So staying in that state of Texas, we'll go to San Antonio, the Brahmas. I wonder who named them.
That's also where the XFL championship getting played at.
Right.
Yep.
So more than likely I'll be there.
Yep. Hines Ward is the coach for San Antonio.
Yep.
And shout out to Kalen Balaj.
Damn, I ain't heard that name in a long
time. Man.
Yeah.
What?
He's out there in San Antonio running that rock.
Okay, young KB, I see you.
Yep. I don't know how young he is now, but
he ain't young no more. But you know how it go.
Yeah. You know,
the Orlando Guardians, they had a couple dudes. I'm gonna say dudes. I just say dudes because they're notable names from the NFL. Terrell Buckley's their head coach.
Yep.
Lamar Thomas is their OC.
Wow.
No, I forgot what he was. I might be wrong. It might be the defense coordinator, but Lamar Thomas.
Never heard that name in a minute.
Right?
Yep. Notable players: Paxton Lynch.
Okay. Big old white boy.
Paxton Lynch. Cody Latimer. I haven't.
Cody Latimer. That's wild.
Cody Latimer.
Yeah, so, he did too.
That's wild.
So let me give you my GQ nugget of the day about Paxton Lynch. Paxton Lynch is the only football player to be benched in the NFL, the XFL, the USFL, and the CFL.
Yep.
He sits on all benches.
I saw that.
Yep.
He's been benched 4 times. 4 times in 4 different leagues, bro. If that ain't the definition of trash, I don't know what is.
Right. He's like a judge. He sits on all benches.
He is part of the all football bench team.
Yeah, like at least
all bench.
At least when Ryan Fitzpatrick played for like 90% of the NFL, he was comparable in most of those situations.
Right.
First team all bench.
Yep. Yeah, it sucks when you 6'7" just horrible as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Matt Elam
team.
Also
safety. Hello, safety.
Orlando.
Wow.
Yeah.
Heard that name about 7 years.
Right. I was definitely heard in a minute.
Lastly, I saved them for last. These are my boys, the Vegas Vipers. Shout out to Rob Woodson.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Rob Woodson.
Vegas
and
boys.
Chris Dishman is their defensive coordinator.
Wow.
What? I did not know that.
When the last time you heard that name?
Man.
When he was on the Oilers.
Man.
Yeah. I was about to say it's probably been about 22 years.
Like, I saw that. I was like, damn. I said, okay, Chris Dishman. Notable names on their team. Luis Perez. You cannot have a semi-pro team or XFL team or USFL team if Luis Perez is not part of it. It's not legit. It's not legit.
Yep. You didn't. I noticed you didn't name Jordan Tamu.
You said Brett Hundley, quarterback.
Brett Hundley, yeah.
Okay.
He's on Vegas. Rod Smith, not the Vikings. Rod Smith. This is Rod Smith. Used to play for the Raiders.
Yeah, I see
wide receiver Rod Smith.
No. He played running back. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's been a couple Rod Smiths.
Yeah, he played running back.
I
seen that.
Vic Beasley is on the Vegas Vipers.
Yeah, I seen that one too. Big Bees, which is crazy.
And then these are my guys. We talked about Geronimo Allison. Actually, I reached out to Geronimo, see if we can get him on the show. And Martavis Bryant.
That's
hot take. Martavis will be back in the NFL in 2 years.
Yep. All right. So that was XFL week 1, like a little recap. We didn't recap the games or nothing like that, but just we're gonna do more XFL stuff as the show goes on. I also said, like I said, we're going to do college when college jumps off. This is a football show. It's not an NFL show. It's a football show. So last thing I want to do, I want to go under the helmet real quick before we get up out of here. Can y'all name the top 10 running backs as far as rushing yards of the 2000s?
No, Chris Johnson's in there.
I probably can't get them in order, but I could probably get the 10 in there.
No, you throw the names, and I'll tell you if you're right or not, and I'll give you the order.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
I was gonna say I know LT's one,
LT's one.
At least.
Jamal Charles.
Nope.
Adrian Peterson for sure.
Adrian Peterson.
Nope.
Word.
AP's not on it. What?
It's the top 10 running backs.
2010. I mean 2000s. Remember 2000s.
That's kind of before my time.
Adrian James.
Before your time, Sean. Definitely before your time. But you said you was a historian, so you got to get in this.
James Edrin
James is 2.
Okay.
Willis McGahee.
Nope. No Willis McGahee.
Is Chris Johnson in there?
Chris Johnson? No.
I'm trying to go back to the early 2000s.
Well, sorry. Can I get the question? Let me chime in here. I had to take a phone call real quick.
Oh, top 10 running backs of the 2000s.
Clinton Portis.
Yep. Clinton Portis is 4.
That was
Jamal Lewis.
Jamal Lewis is 3.
Yes.
Curtis
Martin.
I was gonna say Curtis Martin.
Yep.
Nope. No Curtis Martin.
No.
Probably bulk of his stats came in the 90s, I believe.
Yeah.
Marshawn?
What about Jamal Charles?
No Jamal Charles.
Marshawn?
No Marshawn.
Word.
Ooh. I can't think of many names at the moment.
Shady?
What about Cordell Stewart?
Because I know Shady has over 11. I know that.
Cordell Stewart was a quarterback.
No, I'm sorry. Not Cordell Stewart. The one that played for the Panthers. Well, I can't remember his name right now.
Jonathan Stewart.
Jonathan Stewart. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jonathan Stewart. Sorry, wrong Stewart.
No.
Okay. I'm just thinking
Shady
about
McCoy.
You know Shady. Fuck him. You know you don't.
Larry Johnson.
Nope.
Nah, he ain't on that.
What about
the one from the Rams?
Huh?
Steven Jackson. The one from the Rams.
The
one from the Rams.
He was 11.
Oh!
Wow.
That boy was cold though.
What about Cadillac Williams?
Nope. No Cadillac.
Sean Alexander.
Oh, that's
Sean
a good
Alexander
one.
was 7.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
We did. LT was 1.
Yeah.
We got LT.
Okay, my bad. Marshall Faulk.
No Marshall Faulk.
Wow. What about AP?
No AP.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Wow. How?
Frank Gore.
No Frank Gore.
What? That's like Mr. Timeless himself.
Right.
He was consistent, but see. All right, y'all got 1 through 4. You're missing 5.
What about
6.
Fred Taylor?
Oh yeah.
Fred is 5.
Matt Forte.
No.
Damn.
That's a good one. I love Matt Forte. Was one of my favorite.
What about Tiki Barber?
Tiki Barber is 6.
Arian Foster.
I was like,
no Arian Foster.
He was 2010s, wasn't he? More so.
Yeah.
Wait, did we say Matt Forte already?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I got you.
So you're missing 7.
Priest Holmes.
Oh, that's the name I was trying to remember.
No, you're missing 7. Matter of fact, y'all got the
Williams.
top 6. So you're missing 7, 8, 9, and 10.
What about Ricky Williams?
Close. He was 12.
Amon Green. Played for the Green Bay Packers.
Amon Green was 9.
Okay.
Damn. And we said Jamal Lewis. We said Sean Alexander. We said Tiki Barber.
Oh, you said Sean? Okay, Sean Alexander was 7.
Yeah, we did. I think Tyrone said that if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Okay, so you're missing 8 and 10.
Warwick Dunn, Corey Dillon.
Warwick Dunn's 10.
Okay. What about play for the Eagles? Brian Westbrook. What about Westbrook?
No, this one it was a tricky one. It's a tricky one.
Is it Deuce McAllister?
But I think y'all will get it. I'm gonna go up north.
Okay, shit. Larry Johnson?
Did we say Corey Dillon already?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
No Corey Dillon.
Damn.
North. AFC East.
Jerome Bettis.
No, he said AFC East. Who the fuck?
But you say NFC East?
AFC. So Bills, Miami, New England, and
Kevin
the Jets.
Ronnie from the Dolphins.
I would be shocked if Kevin Falk was in there because Kevin Falk was one of the original pass catching backs. But
nope.
Damn.
He's a very unappreciated Thomas Jones.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
He played for the Chiefs and the Jets.
Yeah.
My mind came to a whole blank. I could not think of a name.
Damn, that's a good list because a lot of players I expected to be on there weren't on there.
Yeah, I did because Warwick Dunn had a good like 4-year stretch where you thought,
people don't realize how good Warwick Dunn was.
No, because he was a smaller back, but he was really, really good. He was strong as shit.
Warwick Dunn in Tampa was nuts.
Yeah,
oh, 100%.
Warwick Dunn in Atlanta too.
In Atlanta too, yeah. Okay. Last one. This is the last one we're gonna do. 10 youngest quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger,
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, Eli Manning.
Pat Mahomes, like he said.
Patrick Mahomes, yeah, definitely.
Joe Flacco?
Nope.
No, Flacco was like 27 or 28.
No.
Oh man, I gotta think way back. Cause Drew Brees was over 25 when he won his.
No, wait a minute. I'm trying to think. No, Joe Flacco. Nope. So you got Ben, you got Pat, you got Brady, you got Russ, you got Eli.
Got Brady.
Brady was the easy one.
Yeah.
Because Peyton won kind of late in his career, kind of like on some John Elway type shit.
It's like, how far back are we going? Like
in NFL history, you're missing 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Is Doug Williams on that list?
Nope.
Okay, he was fairly young when he won the Super Bowl, but I didn't know how young he was.
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw was 8.
I want to say Jim Plunkett, but I know that's wrong.
No Jim Plunkett.
Rex Grossman.
They didn't even win a Super
Bowl. He never won.
I was just about to say like that no.
My bad. I thought they won a Super Bowl.
This is gonna bug the shit
Trent
out of me.
Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer was old as shit.
Yeah, but Trent Dilfer was like 29. Aaron Rodgers. We forgot about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was young when he won the Super Bowl.
No, Aaron.
What?
Yeah,
well, he was 20. Okay, he's like 26, 27. So okay. What about Troy Aikman? He was somewhere around 25, 26 when he won his. Okay.
Joe Montana.
Steve Young.
Joe Montana was 6.
Steve Young.
No, Steve Young.
Oh, Steve Young. Oh yeah, he was on the Bucks before he went to the Niners. That's why.
So you're missing number 5 and number 9.
What about Tampa's quarterback when they won their first Super Bowl? Was it Johnson?
He was old as shit too.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember all the Super Bowl winners now. I'm just trying to.
Roger Staubach?
Yeah. Nope.
No, Staubach was like 27, 28. Oh.
These two, it's two people that was.
We already said Troy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick Foles? Well, no, Nick Foles was like 28.
Phil Simms.
Nick Foles.
Phil Simms?
Phil Simms.
No, Phil Simms. Close. No, Phil.
No, never mind.
Same city, though. Same city.
Joe Namath.
Shit, Hollywood Joe.
Joe Namath was 5th.
Yeah, Joe Namath was like 24 or 25 when he won his.
Yeah, he was 25.
Got one more. Got number 9. He called his shot too. He said
he did call his shot. He did. He pulled a Babe Ruth and said, "I'm about to go get this." Oh man,
this one was amazing. This one was a little shocking because he gets lost in the sauce a lot.
You know what? Oh, he go way back. I'm a fuck his name up. His first name is Mike.
Nope, not Mike. Not him.
Not Mike. Not Tom Scat.
He played for Mike. This quarterback played for Mike.
Okay. He played.
How far are we going back?
John Elway?
Way back.
No, John
Elway was like Elway was like 27. He was like 27. He was
I mean, he played. I mean, he had one of the greatest defenses of all time.
Was it Jim McMahon?
Jim McMahon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Fucking 85 Bears. Goddamn.
Okay. Yep, the Bears.
Well, but he won. Didn't he win in 86 though?
No, 85.
McMahon. Okay. No, that's right. They lost in 86. You're right.
The top 10 youngest.
I was sitting here over here. I was over here screaming Joe Namath, bro.
So that was under the
overrated Hall of Fame quarterback I've ever laid my eyes on.
You said overrated?
Oh, Joe Namath, absolutely. Don't care.
Oh, I think Terry Bradshaw owns that. He owns that.
Him too.
Record.
Him too.
So another dope ass show. Thank you, Tyrone, for coming through. Sean for coming through. You gotta talk more. You gotta jump in here, man. Get your foot in the door. Mr. GQ for coming in. Any last words, fellas? Mr. GQ, we're gonna start it off.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure continuing to be a part of the show, man. I love what you guys got rocking and rolling. Like I said, y'all check us out, gentlemanstalk.com. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. Mel, we got to get with you soon because we want to bring you on. We want to get the interview game going with you, too, because I know it's going to be a live show and we get you going on, too. So we're going to talk with you real soon. So it's going to be on and popping. And then, my co-host said he said major shout-out to you because he be enjoying the NBA shows with y'all, too. So I want to make sure I got that out there.
Shout out to the Monday NBA show. Mulich, what you got, brother?
Y'all know what it is, man. I'm on the way to work. I'm in an Uber. You know, we don't promote driving and streaming out here over here from the sidelines. So, I'm in the Uber on the way to work and whatnot. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate my boys for pulling up every Friday. You know what it is. Follow the sports show. We're going to be back on Monday. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what it is, man. Follow the sports Twitter, the sports TikTok. And, we're going to see you guys on Monday, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
Thank you, brother. Sean, any last words, brother?
Hope there's no difficulties next Friday, because having these difficulties kind of knocked me off my groove. But next Friday, I'll bring the energy.
All right, bring it up. We'll have to give you like a Red Bull or something. Get you popped up.
I'm trying to tell you, take a shot of something.
Yeah. Don't do no ayahuasca though. Don't no ayahuasca.
Nah. Just show up with like me. You know, I had glass full of Crown Apple on the rocks. You know,
that Crown Apple is fire. I got a bottle in the kitchen.
Hey, it's empty. That's how good of a show it was.
Yeah, just put that thing on some ice, brother. That's it.
That's all you need.
19, so I don't know about that.
Hey, I started before then.
I'm about to say I started before I was 18. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, though.
Tyrone, any last words?
Hey, just thank you for having me on. Y'all appreciate it. It was a good time.
Oh, anytime you come through. Shout out to everybody who is watching. We appreciate you guys for tuning in on another Football Friday. Shout out to the shows. Like I said, check out everything. The TikTok, the YouTube. We everywhere. We doing this. Nobody do it how we do it. Just so y'all know.
Man, look. Hello.
Look, y'all better get ready to get lost from the sidelines, man.
Yeah, we coming, man. We coming. We here now. I don't even say we coming. We here now. We here.
We here.
All right. So thank you guys for coming through.
Tap in with Gentlemen's Talk. We out here. We going up in 2023, fellas. Y'all better get with it.
Exactly. Shout out to Troy in the background. We love you guys. See you next week. And we out.